Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and I'm back with my favorite racing game, it's Heat. Specifically, I'm doing a playthrough of the Heavy Rain expansion, which Asmodee sent me as a review copy recently. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our podcast for reviews and design discussions, or join the conversation and come say hi on our Discord. So if you haven't seen our previous Heat videos, I'll talk you through the basics, but this is a racing game with a card-based movement. And Heavy Rain expansion, to be entirely honest, doesn't add a ton to the game, except majorly for 2 tracks. I'm playing on Japan, which I think is supposed to be the tougher one because it's got these new water spaces. And I'll get to what those mean as we reach them. Then you also get some new cards for every deck, especially the Garage deck, which I am going to be using. So I'm going to be adding some cards to my deck. Let's jump right into that and then just get to playing. And again, I'll explain kind of the basics of the rules if you haven't seen the game before as we go. Oh, and I'm playing the orange car, by the way. I am playing with 7 cars total, 6 AI opponents. The original game only had 6 cars, but the expansion added a 7th. Now, currently, the orange card does not exist on the Legends deck that moves the AI. So that's why I'm playing as it, because it'll cover the other cars. I imagine when more expansions come out and they add more cars, because it looks like, based on the board, they're eventually going to go up to 12 cars, maybe. I imagine they'll have a new Legends deck that will cover more colors. All right, so in the Garage module, you're going to, in solo, draw 4 cards at a time, pick one of them to add to your deck, and then repeat that twice. With more players, you would be drawing more cards and drafting them. So we've got a gas pedal that let me add 2 to my movement after, we got 2 identical gas pedals. Then we got a turbocharger with, 8 movement, but it does cause you to take 1 heat to your engine, and also makes you discard 6 cards from your deck. Oh, and then cool, this is one of the new cards. I hoped I would get one of these from the expansion. These are called Super Cool cards. It's a little purple symbol here. And what this means is you can get rid of this many heat cards from your discard pile. Usually these heat cards clog up your hand and make it tougher for you to do anything in the game, but this lets you get them from your discard pile. Although importantly, you can't get them from your hand like usual cooldown symbols. So yeah, do I go for the air intake just to show you a new card? Or do I go for the turbocharger because this course has a crazy straightaway that is super duper long? Well, let's do the air intake, even if maybe the turbocharger would be better in the long run. And also, the flooded spaces are going to probably make me take more heat than I would normally, so it might not be a terrible idea in general. Whoops, I drew too many. This time I've got brakes. They can be a 1 or 3 movement. RPM, that can be a 1 or 2 movement, and give me +1 slipstreaming. It's pretty good. Another turbocharger. Oh, that makes me take 2 heat, but can also cool 3 heat if I have it in my hand. And then a 4-wheel drive that lets me move 4 plus... I'm between these two, because this is almost as good a mover as the turbocharger, but without all the heat. And the RPM could give me the flexibility and slipstreaming to go through some tight turns, because there are a few... let's go for the RPM and like the chance we might be able to cut around an AI to get ahead of them in a curve. And our last option is a body that moves you 3 and lets you discard some stress cards from your hand. A gas pedal that lets you move 3 after you've seen how things are going. Oh, a gas pedal lets you move 1 and increases the stress movement, whatever it's called. Or tires move you 2, but make the turn 1 easier to get through. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling... maybe the gas pedal, if I can like save up all my stresses for a big straightaway. Yeah, let's try that out. And with that, I'm going to shuffle all my cards together, plus 3 stress cards. That's how many come with this course, and 7 regular heat cards. Those do not go into my deck yet. They stay here on my engine until I need to use them. All right, and with that, we're ready to play. So I'll explain for the first round or 2 how the game works, and then just kind of go from there. Let's race. So first, you have to decide what gear you want to be in, although actually first I should have my hand of 7 cards. And most cards are just going to be like this, showing you value from 1 to 4. That's how far you'll move. I got my RPM and my gas pedal. And, okay, some more basic numbers. So no 1s, but definitely some good high values. And I start the race in first gear. This is how many cards I can play. You can change your gear up or down by 1 at the start of your turn for free, so I could go into second gear. Or if I'm willing to take a heat from my engine into my discard, which is both going to limit my flexibility in doing dangerous moves later and also gum up my hand as they go into my hand. If I do that, I can change gears up to 2 spaces, so I could play 3 cards this turn. Let's go to the course and see how far I want to go. So beside the flooded spaces, this course has a chicane. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And this is also on the other side of the board. And that's basically a turn. So each time you see a line like this and a number, that's a turn. And as you move past it, you compare the amount of movement you use that turn to the value of the turn. And for each number you exceed that by, you're going to take one heat from your engine and add it to your discard pile. So it's kind of like you're straining your card to go through the turn too quickly. So if on the round that I would go past this 4 turn, let's say that I moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces, then I would be 1 over the turn value and I would take 1 heat from my engine. But yeah, how the chicane works is actually what I just showed you. It's just 2 turns that are really close together. So if I go 5 here, I would technically be going to pass both turns. So I'd have to take 1 heat for that one and 1 heat for that one since I exceeded both of them. But if you time it right, you can get through both turns at once. If you don't, it's not going to be very good for you. So I'm 11 spaces from the beginning of the turn. Now, the flooded spaces, the nasty thing about them is they make you spend heat just to lower your gear, which means if I go super fast, go into 3rd gear to get here, then if I don't stay in 3rd gear, I'm going to take heat just to go slower. So, I think I'm going to start with his 2nd gear going 7 spaces. That'll get me to here. And then maybe I'll get lucky and be able to slipstream one of the AI and go to here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 extra movement would make me do that. Or actually what I can probably do is go here and then take a stress. You can do this once per round to move extra. It'll be a random value 1 through 4, but either way, it should get me to a nice place to get through the double turn. So we're going to go with 7 here. We just put it there. Then the AI is super quick to run. You just flip a single card and then move each card the number indicated. If their movement would take them past the turn, then they instead go to the indicated space. So we're going to go from front to back and from the darker line, which is considered the inside of the upcoming curve, to the lighter line. So yellow is first. They'd be going 17. Clearly, that's way too fast. They're just going to end up at the 2. And then green is also going way too fast. They're going to end up at the 3. Okay, then red is also going too fast, so they're going to also end up at the 2, block in there. And now it's my turn, so I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. That would let me, well, maybe not quite perfect. This would let me slipstream whenever you end behind somebody or next to them. You can get 2 extra movement for free. But because both spaces are filled here, I only get 1 extra movement, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is farther than I want to be. So I've done my movement. The next step of my turn is if I'm in 6th or 7th place, the 2 furthest back spaces, then I could get an extra movement and or a free cooldown of a heat from my hand. But I'm in, 4th place, if that doesn't apply. Then I can resolve any icons on my cards, the 4 and the 3, but they don't have anything special. But I can also, on any gear, this is where they show it, I can take a heat to boost myself and flip a card from my deck until I get a 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let's go in and try it, although I have a feeling we can draw a 1 and actually go that far. Oh, never mind. I went 3, which 1, 2, 3, boom, gets me in front, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Now if I go 4, I'll perfectly go through both turns without taking any heat, like that. My gas pedal was my backup, by the way. That would let me move 1, but would also let me move another 1 for each card I flipped for a plus icon, which would have been 1 in this case. But nope, we're good, so we'll stay there. Let's see where the other cars fall out. Gray's going 16, which put them in the 2, but they can't fit there, so they go back to the 3. Blue's going 12, which they can actually do. So whoop, they pull into the lead because 12 gets them exactly in front of the turn. And then black's going 14, which is too far, so they end up on 1, although I'm technically ahead because I got there first. Okay, so not an amazing turn, not a terrible one. Oh, and sorry, I should have technically resolved the rest of my turn before I had the legends move, so let's do that real quick. See, I could have slipstreamed if I was behind or next to somebody 2 spaces, but I was not. Then I would receive heat equal to the amount I exceeded any turns I went through by, but I didn't pass a turn. I discard the cards I played plus anything extra from my hand, except for heat and stress cards. You have to keep those. Let's see. I like the RPM. I like the gas pedal. I don't think I need all these 2s. Let me just discard a single 2 and do that. And then I draw back to 7 cards. Oh, cool. I got my air intake, so if I can find a way to play that, I'll get the heat that is in my discard. Usually you need to go slowly, because if you go in 1st or 2nd gear on your turn, you can get rid of heat from your hand, or if you play cards that have cooldown symbols on them. But yeah, air intake from the expansion has that new ability. Okay, so a solid first round, I think. Let's go to the second. All right, so this is pretty straightforward. I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Now, the only card that I could possibly slipstream off of, because it has to be someone that you are currently behind, is blue. How the AI moves through turns once they're past this little turn marking is the card flipped the diamonds at the top that we saw before. You add the diamond value for the color to the value of the turn. So they'll go between 0 to 3 faster than this. So he's most often going to move 5 or 6 spaces, so like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means that my slipstreaming is pretty unlikely unless I'm willing to take double heat from this, which I do not want to do. So I'm just going to move a basic 4. I was in second gear, and I'm staying there because if I went down to first gear, I would suffer the flooding. So I guess, I don't really want to do the RPM because I don't think I'm going to be able to slipstream. This means that instead of slipstreaming 2 spaces, I would slipstream 3, which is pretty awesome. And slipstreaming does not count as movement for turns, so it's kind of like free movement to let you jump ahead. I guess I'll just play a 1 and a 3 for a clean 4 movement. All right, let's see what blue is doing. They're only moving 1. Might have been able to slipstream them. So 1 plus 4 is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, actually, they do seem too far ahead, don't they? Okay, and then I'm moving 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think I'm just going to let them get away. I don't want to push myself too hard. So no bonus, no special icons, no slipstreaming, no penalty for the turn. I'm just discarding cards. I want to keep the air intake. I want to keep the gas pedal and the stress. I have to keep the stress. The RPM, I don't. Yeah, I guess I should keep that for this next turn. I might be able to get ahead of them. But I think I'll discard the 2 to try to get into some higher values. Okay, and also got a 1 because the next turn is a 2-value turn, so I might need something small like that. Okay, let's see how the other cards do. So black has 2 plus 4 is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jerks, you're all getting ahead of me. Red has 3 plus, yellow's first, so that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello. And then 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. Okay, green is also going 7. 3, 5, 6, 7. And gray's only going 4. Oh, so didn't actually pass the turn. He's the only one. By the way, having them pass 2 turns at once in a situation like this only applies when the turns have little black chevrons next to the diamond symbols. Oh, crud. Some of them did not have that. Shoot. I'm going to stop the video and rewind real quick and see where they were before they moved because I got to play this right. All right, let's try that again. So red and yellow are eligible to pass through both turns. Green and gray are not. Okay, so red's still going 7, 3, 6. Okay, that's where they ended up, same as before. Yellow's going 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They do make it through both turns. But now green cannot make it through both turns. Actually, what does he do here? He should move 7. I'm not 100% sure because normally, after they pass the turn, they can't use their full movement, so they would go back to the 3 spot. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to say they end up there. I don't really know what the right rule is there. I could look it up later. And then, gray only moves 4. Okay, so green and gray still need to pass this next turn. The rest of us get to zoom forward. But I am back in, 4th place again. This next turn is a 2. Now, if blue or black get through, which is pretty likely, they'll have a huge advantage because there's a giant straightaway coming here, which makes me think I probably want to go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because there's a decent chance that they'll either stop right outside the turn or get through by 1, and then I can slipstream through after them. And I really wish I had a 2 to play with my RPM to make that happen better. I could do like the RPM and a plus, although I was hoping to save that to go with my gas pedal. But yeah, okay, let's go ahead and play this turn. So I'm still in second gear. We'll see how this works out. All right, so the blue is first, but they're only moving 0. Oh, geez. Okay. But black, oh man, I don't think either of these is going to work out well for me. Black is blazing forward 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, good for you, buddy. Oh, I forgot about red. Red might still help me out. He's moving 3. No, that doesn't help me out at all, does it? Well, actually, if I get lucky here, if I draw 1 or 2, 1, 2, 3, then with the RPM, I have the choice. If I can get right behind them, then I can blaze through with the slipstream. So here we go. That doesn't count. You go for a regular shoot. That's not what I wanted. So the least I can move is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, or 6. Crud. That would be 4 heat. That seems like too much. Seems like way too much. I mean, I know I want to catch black, but I think it's better to be in second place for now and not blow up my engine than to go crazy here. Darn it. They got like all the wrong numbers. If just one of them had ended up there, or if I'd drawn a different, it's fine. Okay, so let me finish up my turn. So I want to stay in second gear, and then I can take a heat to go up to fourth gear. I'm about to go through my deck, so the air intake isn't going to necessarily help, but it is a 4, and that's a 4. I mean, I want to keep my highest values, and that's good, and the 1 is good to get me through the turn more slowly. So yeah, actually, I'm just going to keep all of these and draw 2 more. Oh, and perfect. Okay, I got some low values, so I can get through the turn and then put on the gas. Okay, let's see where everybody else is ending up. Yellow is going 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You jerk. Green is going 5. 1, 2. Okay, well, they can't fit. And gray is going 7. I'm sure they're going to end up there. All right, just a big pack of cars. All right, so this round, I think I'm just going to play double ones. I can't slipstream anybody because black will clearly be a million miles away, and I'm in front of everybody else. It's like the worst possible place to be. So yeah, I'm just going to play those and slow play it, and then I can try to go as fast as I can in the next turn. So I'm still in second gear, by the way. And all right, what do they got? So, Jesus, black is moving 18 spaces. So from the 25 to the 7. Yeah, they literally have the possibility of passing this turn already. Yeah, good for them. Good for them. Oh, and there's more flooding here. All right, then me. Here I am. All right, the key here is got to go fast. So I'm going to discard the 2, but keeping these because the gas pedal interacts well with them, and just hope to draw some more good stuff. What do we get? And, oh, that was, yeah, I like this hand a lot. I'll have to decide if I want to play. Yeah, I'm not sure what to play yet because the pluses will become +1. But since I have so many 4s and 3s, the pluses probably won't draw very well for me. We'll see. But let's get to our friends. Yellow's going 3. Red's going 4. Blue's going 4. Red tries to go 4. Gray's going 5, but they can't fit, and green's going 3. Okay, so they all make it through. So except for black, the pack is pretty packed. And those were a lot of rhyming words. All right, so how far do I have to the next curve? 25. Well, that's certainly going to be 2 turns for everybody, so I don't need to go too insane here. But I want to go as far as possible this turn so that I can slow down to third gear or second gear for the flooded space, since I can't shift gears down easily after that. So yeah, let's take another heat to go up to fourth gear, which does mean now that my air intake will certainly help me. So let's do the air intake. And yeah, I mean, a sure thing is better than a draw, right? So let's do all of those and I guess save the gas pedal, or I'll just add it if I can slipstream or something. Okay, so that'll be my 4 cards. But first, let's see how the Superstar does. They move 7. Okay, they did not make it through the turn. Small favors are nice here. All right, next is yellow moving 15. And then blue moving 14. And then me moving 15. And, well, we'll get to that in a second. Let's move the 15 first. That's worked out well. I'm going to be able to slipstream in front of both of them. Cool. Which means I'm definitely not going to boost and take another heat to go farther, because I don't want to potentially be in the floods already. All right, so I can resolve my new super cool. I also have to discard the top 4 cards in my deck. There's my RPM one. Okay, and some values. I didn't get my other heat yet, which is fine. I'd rather draw into it. And then I can't discard those, and I don't want to discard the gas pedal, because that's going to give me some utility. Oh my gosh, I should just play all my stresses and see what happens, shouldn't I? No heat still. All right. And our other friends, red's going 11, and then gray 13, green 10. So here's how the main pack ended up, not counting black, who's clearly a bit ahead. All right, so what I want to do this turn. How far do I have to go? 10. Okay. So if I went down to third gear and played 3 of these, the highest that would go if I have a 4 and a 3 in my hand. So the highest this could theoretically go is 11. But more likely, it's going to be kind of in the middle here. And if it's not far enough, I'll play my gas pedal. But either way, I'll get rid of these cards that I can't discard from my hand. And I've got a 2 here. Hopefully, I can draw another 1 or 2 and fairly safely go through here, maintaining third gear. That's what I'm going to aim for anyway. So yeah, I'm going to switch down to third gear. No penalty yet because I'm not in the flooding. And we'll play 3 stress and see how it goes. All right, black's first. And hey, they're only moving 0 extra. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The flooding does not affect the AI, unfortunately for me. Yellow's going... Oh, they aren't actually in the curve yet, so they're just going to the 2. And then blue's before me, and they're going to the 3. Be cool if I could slipstream ahead a little bit. All right, let's have some flipping fun. So we're going 2, 1. What the heck? Heat and 1. I guess I should have realized I didn't see my lowest values. So that would get me 4. That's not great. So we can play this gas pedal. That'll make me go 5, but then I get +1 for each of these I resolve, so I'll actually go 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Beautiful. And then we'll slipstream. Hey, that worked out as well as it could have. But the bad part is all the low cards I wanted to draw into to make this 5 feasible in third gear just went away. So I'm actually going to discard the 4 and the 3 just to hopefully, as I shuffle my whole deck, draw into something lower. There's a big question mark. What am I going to get? Oh, this is beautiful. The RPM is cool. Some 2s and 1s. I got a heat to get rid of, although I'm not going to be in low enough gear to do that yet. But yeah, I like everything that just came there. And as for other friends, gray's going 10, so they're at the 3. Red's going 12, they're at the 2. And then green's going 14. They would also be at the 2, but they're back to the 4. All right, so decent lead, although it doesn't really mean much. Pretty much all of them are going to get through the turn next round. And we're still not catching black, unless if I get really lucky, maybe he'll like move exactly 0 and still not be through the turn yet. That'd be nice. All right, so I'm in third gear. I don't want to change it to take heat. So yeah, I'm just going to play exactly 5, right? Keep it nice and simple and see how that goes. Now let's see what black does first. Nope, they're not staying beside the curve. They're going to go right through. So they move 5. All right. And then I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I'm in the flooding again. That's not great. Maybe I should have moved 4. Well, whatever. All right. I can't discard the heat. I don't have any low values. Well, except for the RPM one, which I'd rather kind of save. But yeah, but then I am about to go into a big straightaway. Let's just take a chance and draw and keep all this. Gas pedal, stress, what the heck. I'm very nervous about next turn. Okay, what's going on? Yellow's moving only 5. Red's moving 6. Not quite passing me yet. Gray's moving 5. Oh, sorry, blue's first. Blue's moving 8. And then gray's moving 5. And green's going 7. Or sorry, gray's going 6. Yeah, I wish that they were like a little bit ahead of me. I'd rather be able to slipstream here, but no such luck. All right, what do I want to do here? If I go down a gear, I'm going to take heat. If I don't go at least 4, I'm not going to make it through the turn, and I don't have the capability of slipstreaming off anybody. Now, the gas pedal that I can play after I've played all the rest of my cards, you can play it normally. So I'm thinking if I go like 1, and I mean, that's a little bit wasteful of it, but I'm about to go into a straightaway. And then like that, I can choose, that's an optional bonus, the accelerator, so I can go I can go like as low as 3. Max would be what? 4, 5, 6. But I wouldn't explode from that. Yeah, I've got 6 heat still in my engine. I've actually got almost all of it except for this one. Okay, so we're not going to shift down. We'll just see how fate treats us. First, black only goes 13. Not the worst. Oh, never mind. They're perfectly in line to go through both turns. They're doing fine. But if I can just get second out of 7, that's pretty good. All right, let's see what this is. Nope, it has to be a regular card, not a special card. Oh, it's a 1. Okay, good thing that we did this. So I've got 1, 2, 3, or 4. So I'll just treat the RPM as a 4, not use the boost from that, and perfectly get through taking only 1 heat. That could have been a lot worse. And yeah, I'm in a straightaway now, so I'm not going to discard any of those. The high values are good. And I was hoping to get... Oh, that's right, I think my super boost got discarded, didn't it? Yeah, I wanted to cool out some of these heat. And let's see how many VAI get through. Blue definitely does with 5. In fact, they pass me. I don't necessarily mind that. Red does not. Ooh, yellow does by the barest of margins. Gray only goes 4. And green's not even eligible because they're not past the line yet, so they just go to the 2. All right. And this is only the end of the first of 2 laps, by the way, so we're still going. All right, I'm in third gear. Should I go up to 4th? No, but then I'll be going into the flood ahead. So I'm going to try to move as far as I can. But I do have some low values. Yeah, this flooding is really kind of a mess with you thing. I think I'm going to take my chances. Stay in third gear instead of going up to 4th, because you can accelerate in flooding, go up in gear without a penalty, but you just can't decelerate. And then maybe I can spend 1 heat to boost and hopefully go a little farther. Maybe I'll get lucky and be able to slipstream off blue, although that seems unlikely. I don't know if this is the right move, but we'll try it out. All right, black's over here running his own race. He's going 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gosh, darn it, dude. Stop being perfect. All right, come on, blue. Don't go too far. Ooh, only 11. That seems good for me, right? Now it's 10 for me. So I'm right here. Let's take the heat and boost. Let's see what happens. Got a 3. That's farther. I would have rather gone like 2 and then slipstreamed. Yeah, I definitely am not going to be able to do a double turn here. I'm down to only 3. Oh, no, 4 heat in my engine. That's slightly better than I thought. All right, I like these small values so I can stay in third gear, and I can't discard those, so let's just draw. And I end up with some 4s and a stress. That's something. All right, yellow comes in at 6. How about the people who didn't make the turn? Red goes 6, gray goes 5, and green goes 5. All right, so they are definitely not in it, at least at the moment. And blue's not going to get through both turns. I mean, they literally can't. All right, how about me? What do I do? 5 would get me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which would put me out of the flooding. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to take a heat to go down to second gear. Don't love doing it, but I'm going to do it. And here's the thing. I'm taking a heat to do it, but because I'm in second gear, I get a free cooldown of the heat in my hands, so it's going to kind of balance out. And I'll take one more heat from going through the turn, but I'll be right there. Solid position, I think, for the next round. All right, black is not past the line, so he tries to go his full 10 and can't, so he goes to the 0 because he's just magical. Good for you, guy. I go my 5. I get to cool a heat, but then I take a heat from overshooting the turn. What do I have in front of me? A 4. I want to keep the 2, but I want to keep this because the straightaway's coming. I can't get rid of the stress, so we'll just keep everything. Ooh, I got another 2. Got my air intake, and I got my gas pedal to go with my stresses for the straightaway. That seems pretty good. All right, let's see how my opponents do. Blue went 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Darn, right next to me. Yellow went 7. Okay, so they're definitely still in it. As for the others, red's here, gray's here, and green's there. So green cannot get through both turns. The others have a chance to. All right, black's definitely ahead, but still anybody's race for second. I'm in second gear currently, which seems like the right place to be. I still can't slipstream anybody, so let's just go the basic forward, maybe try to lag behind. How far will I be outside the turn? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so I'll just have to go 3 instead of 2. That's doable. Although actually, problem with that is I'm not going to have any low values to go through the turn that slowly. So maybe I actually go down to first gear, keep the 2s, maybe. And then here, I can play my air intake to get rid of another heat. I don't know if this is a good idea. Sure, let's try it. All right, black is moving 5. I swear to God, he's like pulled the greatest card possible in every situation. Oh, blues. Oh, no, I'm before blue. So I'm going my 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I get to put a heat back in my engine. I also got to discard 4 cards. Oh, okay. Okay, although I might have wanted to draw those 1s. Darn. Yeah, what do I want to do for next turn? I mean, I think I like all of these, right? Because I want to play the gas pedal and the stresses maybe to go faster. I can play both the 2s if I don't get a 1 for the turn and just overshoot by 2. And I got my RPM. All right, so we'll have some options next turn. All right, but then blue's going 6. So they're right on the edge of the turn. Jerks. Yellow's going 5. Dang it, I really wanted them to pass me by 1, so I could have tried to slipstream them maybe. And then the rest of these guys, red's going 6. So he made it through the turn. Oh, he's right back in it. And gray's going 7, same thing. He's fully caught up. Green, though, not so lucky. He's still got 1 turn to go through. All right, so I'm in first. Clearly, I got to go up to second. And yeah, I think I'm going to play those to give me some flexibility. I mean, I don't think it's not possible for me to slipstream blue, is it? Well, I guess if they go exactly 2, and then I go 4 and take the double heat, I would get a 3 slipstream. That would certainly be worth it. And that'll give me some solid options. I can discard the 2 at the end of the turn, keep all of these, get 3 more cards, and go pretty dang fast next turn, hopefully. But first, black is the highest value on the card. He's already 5 outside of the next turn. And blue, dang it. He goes 3. That was more than I wanted. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, I'm taking 2 heat. Forget it. Because then I can slipstream for 1, 2, 3 with no extra negative. Does leave with only 2 heat, but, actually, gosh, we still got like more than half of the lap left. But it's okay, we'll survive. And yeah, as planned, I'm going to discard the 2 and keep the rest of this. All right, got a pretty good draw. I wish, honestly, that the 3s and 4s had like stayed in there and I'd gotten the other stress, because I'd rather draw into those with the boost icons instead of having to play them. I'll have to decide what to do. Does everybody else make it through? Yellow does with 4. Come on. Gray only gets 3, so good. They're pretty much out of it. And red only gets 2. They're definitely not passing. Oh, and then green actually gets there. All right, but yeah, it should be pretty much a race for second between me and blue and yellow. All right, so I'm 22 away. There's no way any of them, realistically, unless they're lucky like black, are going to be like within the turn radius next turn. So I think once again, I kind of shoot for an average result. I think I'm actually just going to go to third gear, not fourth. And I'm going to do a 4 and both stress cards, ready to boost them with the gas pedal. That way I'll have more flexibility in my hand and not be kind of hamstrung by those. This all sounds great until it actually goes terribly wrong. Okay, black got a 0 boost, which actually, surprise, surprise, means he did not pass the turn yet. Hey. All right, now for me. 3 is beautiful. Oh, that was great. That could not have gone better. So that is already 11, 12, 13, 14 before I even decide whether I want to boost. Takes me to the 8. So if I boosted... I don't think I have any more 3s and 4s, so I'd probably go like 1 or 2, and I can go 1 more from the gas pedal, which I think I'm actually fine with this result. I don't want to burn any more of my heat when I'm about to go into the final turns of the game. Because this also should give me the freedom to go down to second gear and be in a lower gear, like in general, for all the flooded sections. And I might, I think I'm just going to keep everything. See how it goes. Well, no, actually, for now, let's discard the 1 because I know I'm going to play next turn and I want to draw into my heats to put them back in my engine before the final stretch. And hey, yeah, speaking of the heat, there they are. And I got my gas pedal back. Okay. And now the important thing, oh my gosh, why are they the 2 best results on the card? So, yeah, okay, great. Now, I went fast enough that I'm still ahead of yellow, but blue is very likely going to go through the turn, and I can't afford to. Darn it, man. Am I fighting for third now? As for the stragglers, they'll just limp through. Red does barely make it, importantly. Well, still going to go with my plan and go down to second and play the 7. Now, there is an infinitesimal chance that blue will go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. My 7 put me here, and I can slipstream through the turn and only take 2 heat. It's not going to happen, but it'd be cool if it did. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It kind of came close to happening. I could gas pedal. How much heat do I even have? No, that would burn all my heat with the one I'm about to cool down from my gear shift. We'll just let it go, I think. But okay, black is going 7. Which means, yeah, they're going to just get through that turn and blaze to the finish line. And yeah, blue's going 6. Dang it. And I am going 7. Do I go around? I mean, do I have any chance of catching him if I don't? He can't pass the turn next turn, but I would go, what, if I'm here? Or no, I'm not even there yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then forget it. I'm going to cool down the 1 heat, and then I'm going to play the gas pedal, go 8 total, slipstream him, and then lose all 3 of the heat remaining in my engine. I am on borrowed time here. And yeah, I got these 2s. I want to be in second gear next turn and get rid of the other heat in my hand, so I have some heat, which would mean like going 6, and I'd love to do that I'd like to do that in, second gear, because I want to not be able to shift down to the 3. So I think I keep both of these. Okay. I like having the 4. Not sure about actually, I like having the 1 and the 2 as well. Yeah, this is great. I can stay in second gear. Next turn, shed all of these and get right outside the turn, and then go through the turn with the 1 and 2, shed the other one, and I'll have some heat for the final rush forward. This is actually really solid, I think. All right, and yellow gets to the 1, so it might just be me and blue. And the others don't really matter, but here's where they ended up. Gray lagged way behind. Okay, so yeah, here we go. We'll play the 6 to get exactly outside the turn, staying in second gear, so we'll get to get rid of a heat. Black, I'm sure, is doing fine. Yeah, they're going 4. I'm going my 6 right outside the turn. I get to put 1 heat back. This is all going great. Yeah, my hand is perfect. So not getting, in the air intake. Good. Okay, some high, well, not that, but some mostly high values. I like all that. Okay, blue only got to the 1. I mean, it could have been worse, but they could have been at the 0, so I'll take it. And yellow's actually still kind of in it, isn't he? And green made it through and could potentially get through the turn, although pretty unlikely. And yeah, red is definitely out. All right, there's the finish line. So I want to be ready to move as far as possible because whoever's farthest ahead of the finish line in the turn they cross it wins. I could technically go up to third gear and play like all of these. But I would take my last heat, which wouldn't leave me. I wouldn't get to shed the heat from my hand. That's definitely not a good idea. So I'm just going to do that to go safely through the turn. I'll get rid of this heat. So I'll have 2 heat, 1 to go to fourth gear and 1 to boost when I go through. Yeah, that seems like the best hope I possibly got. Okay, black blazes by at 19. They've locked in first place, no problem. I just go my 3. Blue, goes 0. I mean, every little bit matters. And yellow goes 1. Oh, sorry, I should finish my hand management. So yeah, get rid of a heat. Get rid of the 1, obviously. The rest of these are fine. All right, what did I get? It's not terrible. If I go into fourth gear, I can play 3, 3, 4, and the 1. I didn't get my my pedal, though. I think it's in my discard. All right, so yeah, it's something. I'm just going to have to kind of hope that blue and yellow don't move that far because the AI can just go so insanely fast out of turns. All right, green didn't make it in. We didn't expect him to. And red's back there. All right, here we go. Final turn. So I'm taking 1 of my 2 remaining heat to go to fourth gear. And I'm doing air intake. I'm doing 3. I'm doing 3 and that, I guess. And see how it goes. Oh, that's right. It's actually me first, isn't it? So let's see what my first flip is. Oh, nice. Okay, so what do we got? 4, 8, 11, 14. Heck yeah. And you don't care about the curves at this point. All right, and then I'll spend the heat to boost. Although first, I do feel like there's low values left in here, so I'm going to use the air intake to discard 4 before I resolve the boost. See if I was right. Oh, yeah, okay, I would have got a 1, so that gives me a chance. All right. Let's see what my actual card... Oh, still a 1. All right, so there's one more from the boost. I haven't seen the legend card. Come on, I just need, like, yellow and blue not to get, like, a 19 or an 18. Gosh, no piece of crud. So it's 15 to the turn plus 3 more that at least beat yellow. Yeah, totally crushed yellow. Gosh darn it. Stupid legends. I friggin' hate you. So blue gets second. I get third. Yellow gets fourth. And then here, just to be fair, let's finish things out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And did red? No, red did not make it through the turn. So yeah, clearly green gets fifth. Red gets... Oh, God, gray. I forgot you were in the race, buddy. You got seventh. Definitely forgot to move you for a round or two. Sorry, dude. So there you go. That was Heat with a Heavy Rain expansion. So what do I think of this one? It's okay. I mean, if you love Heat, you're going to want more tracks. You're going to want more cards. I do think both Mexico and Japan are really interesting. Japan especially is really challenging. And I do enjoy, even though there aren't that many of them, so you aren't going to get one every single time you play, I do enjoy the new garage modules and the new events and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's just like a blow me away expansion that's like, whoa, look at all the new mechanics it added. No, absolutely not. It barely feels like anything new. But yeah, again, if you're a big fan of the game, you're probably going to want it. If you're fine with the base game, I certainly don't think you need this one. There's no like killer app in here that's making the game way better. But I'm glad they sent it to me. I'm not sure if I would have bought it on my own, honestly. I probably wouldn't have. I think the core game is fine enough. But with me getting a review copy, I'm happy to have it and keep it and hang on to it. Because again, Heat is still my favorite racing game. And before I finish, a quick thank you to our biggest Patreon supporters. That is J. William F., Steve Wren, Pedro Lucas, Nick Skeen, Miles, and Wayne Scott. Thank you all. Thanks to everyone for watching. We'll see you at the next stop.